A long time ago, I uploaded a video about gym exercises and what your favourite one says about you, and it was well loved. Okay, it turns out that was actually 3 days ago, and most of the comments were angry at me because I didn't cover their favourite exercise, so we're doing a part 2. So as always, prepare to be completely roasted or completely glazed. The first exercise is the shoulder press. I completely missed this when I was making the first video because whose favourite exercise is this, genuinely? But the person who suggested it in the comments got 6 likes, which is pretty much like winning a presidential election in my wasteland of the comment section, so it must be popular. So I don't understand how this is your favourite exercise, especially if you're doing a push-pull leg split where on a push day you have the goat muscle group of chest, and then at the end of the day you have triceps, and shoulder press is in the middle. Like, I don't dread doing shoulder press, but I'm not looking forward to doing it over chest or triceps. It's just a very forgettable exercise, and I think that's what it says about you. You are just an average person and are probably an introvert. Your groceries probably look like this, and you probably work in finance or some other really normal job. You're one of those people who schedule their entire day in an Excel spreadsheet, and the most exciting part of your week is going to a coffee shop or some shit. You probably don't go out party or anything, you just like staying at home where it's predictable and not too crazy. Just like the shoulder press. So I'm sorry, shoulder press, you are going to have to go into the roasted section. And because they're like an average white guy, I can predict what they're going to say in the comments. It's going to be, "You're on thin ice, pal," or "No more Mr. Nice Guy." The next exercise is the T-bar row. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with the T-bar row. Like 2 weeks ago, I hit the top of my rep range on this exercise and I increased the weight. After the set, I thought my neck hurt, so I did the most logical thing and did another set. Turns out the next day when I woke up, I couldn't move my neck at all. Like, that old guy that always does half reps on the squat machine had more range of motion than what my neck would allow me to do. So the whole day I had to move around like some sort of serial killer. Was I ego lifting? Probably. Did I lower the weight the next session? No. But I mean, man, this is a humbling exercise. So if this is your favourite exercise, you're probably quite resilient and strong, or you're a masochist and into BDSM or something, because if you genuinely like getting suffocated by the chest pad and having your arms feel like they're about to rip off at the bottom of every rep, then you might have something wrong with you. But I'd rather have my back look like a Boeing 747 and be a little bit weird. So you know what, you masochists can consider yourselves glazed. Next we have leg extensions, and you're similar to the T-bar row guys, except you don't enjoy the pain, you feel like you have to go through it because you're a perfectionist. If your favourite exercise is the one where the last 5 reps feels like someone has poured petrol on your quads and set them on fire, you're probably the type who actively chooses discomfort everywhere else too. Cold showers, spicy food, walking somewhere instead of getting the bus, you just make everything unnecessarily difficult. But you have the mental fortitude of a monk because you're extremely patient but also slightly obsessive. You probably enjoy repetitive shit other people find mind-numbing, like grinding ranked games, completing everything 100% and watching numbers increase slowly. Once you decided you're doing something, you're hyper-obsessing over that thing until it's 100% done. You always fucking finish everything. And for that reason, you're gonna go into the glazed section. Next, we have the incline bench press, and if this is your favourite exercise, you are never satisfied and always are trying to optimize something. You could give this person something that's already perfectly good, and they'll immediately start looking for that slightly better version. New phone? Should have waited for the next one. Good haircut? Could have been 2mm shorter. Flat bench? Yeah, but incline gives you more upper chest activation. You probably spend more time researching purchases than actually buying them. And you also secretly care massively about your appearance but pretend you don't. You're not benching because you want to tell everyone you can bench 120 kilograms. You specifically want that upper chest shelf that makes you look fucking ridiculous in a t-shirt. These are the people who say, "Oh, I just throw anything on," after spending 25 minutes deciding which shirt fits their oversized chest the best. Holy shit, give me a Grammy, that bar was fire. So you're gonna go into the roasted section. And before anyone decides that they're going to roast me in the comments, yes, I do know that an incline bench press is optimal for overall chest development. Shush. Next we have barbell rows, and if this is your favourite exercise, you are a stubborn motherfucker. You find something that works and then never change it again. Same haircut for 15 years, you've only ever ordered the triple cheeseburger at McDonald's, great choice by the way, and you still use wired headphones. I could show you definitive proof that there's a better option than this exercise, and you'd respond saying that you've been doing it for years and this is the only way. Which, there is a better exercise, we covered it earlier, it's the T-bar row. You just hate anything that makes life easier. Struggling is your personality. Why use a nice chest supported row when you can hold yourself bent over while your lower back is fighting for its life? You're that one motherfucker on a road trip that refuses to use Google Maps because you know where you're going, and then 45 minutes later we're still not at a destination. So I'm sorry to say that is another one added to the roasted list. Your favourite exercise is standing barbell overhead press, farmer's carry, and Zercher squats. Close grip bench. You're an active fucker, aren't you? Okay, let's do a 2-in-1, standing barbell overhead press and farmer carries. If those are your favourite exercises, you absolutely cannot sit still. Your idea of a relaxing weekend is somehow hiking 20 miles, moving furniture, chopping wood, or doing some other shit that you could have just avoided. You're one of the few people who don't train purely to look good. You just want to be able to pick up anything you encounter in real life. And then if you do Zercher squats and close grip bench, you deliberately choose the weird, uncomfortable version of everything. Everyone else finds an exercise they enjoy, but you look through the exercise catalogue and go, which one of these look fucking horrible to do? And seriously, what the fuck is a Zercher squat? And why is it any better than a normal squat? You know what though, man, you seem like the person I would want to call when I'm moving house because you can just do everything it seems, so I'm gonna put you in the glazed section. Tibia raise specialist? Question mark. Are you asking me if I'm a tibia raise specialist? Because if you are, the answer is no. But I can tell you what type of person you are if you are a tibia raise specialist yourself. And let me tell you, it's not a fucking good person. The only way tibia training is even getting an ounce of credit from me is if you play a sport. You probably play American football or rugby, or have convinced yourself you're preparing your body for some incredibly specific real world impact. You know, everyone else worries about their chest and arms, but you're apparently preparing your shins to survive a head-on collision with a Ford Fiesta. And if you don't play a sport, you've escaped from somewhere. Who in their right mind walks into the gym, looks at every muscle you could possibly train and thinks, you know what needs to grow? My fucking tibias. You probably have some mental issues, you know, you're probably the type of person who deliberately walks into furniture just to progressively overload your shins. I'm sorry, but we're adding another one to the roses section because what is this tomfoolery at this point? You are having me on. Now we've reached my favourite exercise. Forearm curls. If your favourite exercise is forearm curls, I'm sorry, but nobody actually believes you do forearm curls. I mean, your right forearm is twice the size of your left and you're desperately trying to convince everyone it's because you do 3 sets of wrist curls at the end of every pull day. Okay mate, sure. We all know you've been gooning too much and you've come up with a socially acceptable explanation for why you have the grip strength of a fucking silverback. But to be fair, if you do actually train your forearms directly, I respect it. You're probably ridiculously thorough with everything you do. You don't leave anything unfinished and you'll put effort into shit that 99% of people wouldn't even think about. So whether it's forearm curls or gooning, you're gonna get absolutely glazed. Next we have dips. And if your favourite exercise is dips, you're an aura farmer. You could do normal bodyweight dips, but that's not enough. You need a belt around your waist with a medieval amount of iron hanging off it so everybody in a 20-meter radius knows you're strong. Half of the set is the exercise, the other half is making sure the plates clank loud enough when you walk over. You're probably like effortlessly capable of everything you do. You don't want to explain that you're strong, you want people to notice it themselves. You're very much the type to carry every shopping bag in one trip rather than making 2 journeys. So you're slightly performative, but if you're dipping with a small car hanging off your waist, you've earned the aura. You're getting glazed. And then we have leg curls. If this is your favourite exercise, you're a leg day enjoyer and you're in it for the love of the game. Most people train muscles they can actually see in the mirror. You're voluntarily lying face down, curling your legs for a muscle that realistically about 4 people are ever gonna see. That probably means you're the type to do everything properly, even when nobody's watching. You don't need instant validation for everything. You're happy putting effort into something just because you know it's there. A bit of a completionist, but in a wholesome way. So you, my friend, can happily go into the glaze section. And that's all the exercises I saw in the comments, okay? No, I'm not doing a part 3. Unless